Hi, everybody. My name is Ido Tandy, and I'm the Director of Product Management in PractiTest. I wanted to talk to you today about how AI can be applied in testing. But just before that, a bit about me. So I've been in I'm a product management leader with about 10 years experience in product management, but I come from a background of R&D. My last role in R&D was a development manager, and in which I was responsible for system analysts and developers and testers. So I know this world from both directions of designing the product and products of related to testing, and especially with AI-driven testing. And on the other hand, the QA and testing, etc., for my experience coming from R&D. So what we'll discuss today, I want to discuss a bit about areas in testing which current tools and processes are lacking. After that, and before we move on to discuss ways AI can help us with those challenges, I want to bring everyone on the same page about AI. And in the main part of this presentation, we'll focus on what AI can do or is already doing to help in various aspects of testing. And last but not least, we'll discuss a bit about concerns and next steps. So what are the challenges in testing today which are related to or relevant to AI? So we have development cycles which are shorter, and faster time to market is becoming more and more important. This is happening while resources are limited and we are required to do more with less. So we have, this challenge of, meeting our deadlines, meeting our objectives, but we have less resources to do so, and we need to find ways to compensate on that. Developers, business users, even product owners are also involved in testing, although they are not QA professionals. And this is sometimes can be a challenge with regards to the quality in which these people can do professional QA. So how do we overcome that? Automation testing, as we know, is used by more and more organizations. But although it is important, it cannot solve by itself all the challenges in testing. So we cannot just replace everything with automation testing and be done with it. So how can we, accommodate to the fact that, we need more automation testing, but it does not solve everything. And automation testing by itself has different problems, such as the need to keep it always up to date, for example. And finally, humans are creative and have common sense, but also we can make mistakes. So how can we fix those mistakes faster and easily? So as I said, let's first align about AI. So to those who are, only familiar with AI as just AI. So AI stands for artificial intelligence. This is actually computer programs using sophisticated algorithms, which use massive amounts of data from various sources in order to learn and simulate various human actions. So this is the, definition of AI, a short definition of AI. And let's understand a bit about AI and its composition. So first of all, we have types of AI, and AI types can be classified by either capabilities or by functionalities. So with regards to capabilities, we have a few types of AI, such as narrow AI, which is also known as weak AI. This is designed for a specific task or a limited set of tasks, but it lacks general intelligence. And it actually consists of all AI applications today. So these are applications that exist today. General AI, also known as strong AI, possesses human-like intelligence and can understand, learn, and perform any intellectual tasks that a human can. AI researchers are working on that type of AI, but have not been able to fully achieve strong AI so far. And super AI, which should surpass human intelligence and can perform any task better than a human. Super AI has emotions, needs, beliefs, and desires of its own. But however, it's purely theoretical at the moment. So this is one classification of AI types, but there's another type of classification, which is based on functionalities. So based on functionalities, we have reactive machines, which work only with present data and does not store or use past experience to determine future actions. Examples for these are IBM Deep Blue, the chess-playing supercomputer, which calculates a lot of possibilities and determines between these possibilities what is the best course of action. Netflix recommendation engine is another example of a reactive machine. According to what you select, it recommends something for you. Limited memory is also a type based on functionality, which does train from past data to make decisions. And examples include self-driving vehicles and virtual assistants and chatbots. As we all know, these kind of, for example, chatbots use past experience and past information to compute and decide on their decisions. Another type is the theory of mind. This should understand people's emotions, sentiments, and thoughts. And you'll be surprised to know that it is already in the making, but it is not fully complete yet. For example, a computer can look and understand, for example, people's expressions and understand from that what kind of emotion they are experiencing. So that is also something which is part of the AI types. And the holy grail of AI is self-awareness, which have emotions, needs, and beliefs of its own. But as we all know, this is currently only exists hypothetically. So these were types of AI. But actually, we are more familiar with something called branches of AI. And branches of AI includes names that maybe you are more familiar with. And these include, for example, machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of AI that focuses on training algorithms to learn and make predictions or decisions based on data. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that uses neural networks to analyze large amounts of data. And there are all sorts of companies which are developing these kind of algorithms for machine learning and deep learning. For example, Google has a very advanced deep learning algorithms. Natural language processing, also known as NLP, deal with the interaction between computers and the human language. It is used in applications like language translation, speech recognition, text analysis, and sentiment analysis. Computer vision enables machine to interpret and understand visual information from the world, making it useful in tasks like image and video analysis, object detection, and facial recognition. As we all know, there are a lot of such applications, such as facial recognition that allows to detect a person in the public, or, for example, cars which drive, and a machine can understand, for example, the license plate of that car, the direction of the car, whether it's on course or diverting from its course, etc. Robotics perform routine, repetitive tasks that involve materials handling, assembly, and quality inspections. Autonomous AI, which is sometimes related to robotics, can operate and make decisions independently. However, autonomous AI has a branch of its own, and we also see it often in places like self-driving cars and autonomous drones, for example, to create a kind of picture in the sky instead of fireworks, for example. Expert systems, which are designed to mimic human experts' reasoning and decision-making abilities, which is something that is very important. And of course, generative AI, which is something we hear a lot about lately because of ChatGPT and similar products. And generative AI in general can produce various types of content, including text and video and images, such as the DALI, which is a product also by OpenAI, which are the same creators of ChatGPT, which allows to create images, but also audio and other synthetic data. So what advantages AI has? So first of all, reducing human errors. AI modules are based on predictive analysis, which, if programmed correctly, of course, allows for minimizing errors. AI can perform cross-checks quickly and efficiently and raise suspected errors and warnings. Automating repetitive tasks and processes. AI enables automation of routine, monotonous tasks in areas such as data collection, data entry, email responses, and many more. Employees get time to focus on tasks which require more human abilities. Handling big data. AI has all the skills and algorithms to process and make conclusions from big data in less time. AI has the ability to quickly grasp and extract relevant data, which might be needed for analysis. AI can also further process this data through interpretation and transformation. Facilitating quick decision-making. AI helps in gathering reliable and valuable insights at a much faster pace. AI enables machines to bring consolidated data and predictions. Performing risky tasks and efficiently. AI applications can be used in areas which are hazardous to humans. For instance, robots can undertake hazardous tasks such as coal mining, sea exploration, and so on. Helping in improving processes and workflows. AI helps in improving tedious processes and offer better workflows, which are error-free. AI also helps companies to work more efficiently and enhance productivity and increase revenue. And of course, allowing full-time availability. AI-based systems are available 24/7 and can be accessed from everywhere at any given time. And unlike humans, AI-based system can be productive all the time. So after we aligned a bit about AI, let's see how AI can help with the challenges in testing. So I'll divide it into a few areas. We'll talk about test planning, including understanding requirements, writing tests, deciding what tests should be run, etc. So how can AI help with the challenges in test planning? Test execution, regarding executing tests, opening bugs, etc., until a version, of course, is going to production, how AI can help in the challenges of executing tests. Reporting, understanding the execution results, plan versus execution, etc. How can AI help there? And finally, monitoring. After a version is in production, and how can we monitor its correct behavior using AI? So when it comes to test planning, the first thing that comes to mind is test creation. And AI can help in a few ways. For example, to analyze risks in requirements and suggest tests to mitigate those risks. To analyze and highlight relevant topics to be tested based on reviewing a requirement. Given a change in a requirement, AI can suggest what tests to modify or add. AI can generate a scripted test from a test description or requirement description. For example, PractiTest. We can already now, today, use our Smart Fox AI assistant to help generate appropriate steps based on the test title and description. Optimize or enhance an existing test case. Once again, in PractiTest, you'll soon be able to use our Smart Fox AI assistant in order to improve the writing of scripted tests, for example, by summarizing or elaborating steps written by another tester. This can enhance efficiency and improve communications with other testers and developers. Transform an existing scripted test case into a different format. AI can review the steps of a scripted test and convert them wisely into an appropriate Gherkin format in a BDD test, for example. And also, AI can help writing unit tests. For example, GitHub Copilot can automatically generate unit tests for developers. Another aspect of test planning AI can help a lot with is test automation. Different ways AI can help include recommend tests which are suitable for automation, transform an existing scripted test case into an automated test, generate an automated test based on the application source code or screen UI or some testing instructions. For example, Test Sigma allows to create automated tests in plain English with ease using natural language processing, as we have mentioned before. NLP-based automated tests can easily be edited and makes it easier to automate test cases. Change automated tests automatically based on changes in the application source code or the screen's user interface. For example, AccelQ allows for self-healing test automation which leverages machine learning technologies to adapt application testing dynamically to any changes in the application interface or development environment. The self-healing test automation process saves time by automatically updating the tests whenever there is a change to the application. And this is, I think, a very important and something that AI really assists with is, as we mentioned before, one of the problem of test automation is the need to write a lot of tests, a lot of automation. But once it is written, the main pain is that you always have to keep it up to date. You always have to keep it aligned with the changing source code. So a lot of times people are finding themselves working for the test automation instead of test automation working for them. So self-healing test automation really solves this issue and allows you to concentrate on creating new and better and more focused test automation without the need to ever all the time going back and try to heal or fix your broken test automation. Improve automated testing prioritization. For example, Mabel provides a page coverage feature, which uses machine learning to combine similar application URLs to give Mabel users useful insights about real application usage. It helps sort through this data to cluster similar pages for more efficient automated testing and prioritize testing more effectively by focusing on the most commonly used functions. Automation tests quality can be improved automatically by AI. For example, while recording user flows, Test.io autocomplete recognizes repeated sequences and suggests reusable elements, which leads to a well-architected test. Other ways AI can help with regards to test planning include categorize a certain group of tests under the same category, for example, a module. Associated risk with requirements in order to prioritize test creation with regards to risk-based testing. Prioritize tests according to their probability of detecting bugs or specifically severe bugs, and predict the outcome of running a certain test and the potential bugs that might be detected. Suggest which tests to run for a central milestone. AI can learn from past milestones which tests, and maybe specifically regression tests, are more likely to identify bugs. And this can help in understanding better what kind of tests should be associated for each milestone. What should we plan to run, and what maybe we shouldn't plan. And this can significantly enhance our ability to invest our time wisely, to test only the most relevant tests and not tests that are unlikely to find bugs or unlikely to help us. Generate relevant permutations for relevant test data, or generate a complete data set from scratch. For example, mostly AI use your existing data from the runtime, from the production environment for synthetic data generation. This allows to use near real production data without the associated risk. You know, today we either take data from production and then we need to work hard to anonymize it, or we invent data which is sometimes very far from real production data. So this kind of solution using AI can help us get quality data for testing, which is very important. Identify redundant or inefficient test cases. For example, in PractiTest, we use advanced AI algorithm to automatically calculate what we call the test value score. The test value score can indicate whether a test is properly used and supply actionable insights and recommendations, allows the user to better understand the score and the action items required. AI can help in test execution in numerous ways, such as prepare the test environment before running a test to increase chances of finding bugs. For example, using the testing data that was prepared before and prepare a test environment with appropriate testing data. Perform regression testing risk analysis. Analyze the executed tests and recommend in real time which test should be run next based on the results in order to all the time direct us in the right path to perform the most relevant tests and run the most relevant test in order to best use our time to find bugs, to find defects, okay? And not just spend a lot of time testing in directions that are futile and will not help us better to produce better quality in less time. Differentiate between failed tests and flaky tests, and recommend whether the current version is ready for production or not. Give a forecast whether testing will be complete on time for the current milestone. AI can estimate based on historical data whether testing will be completed on time as opposed to our initial planning. Identify potential bugs from UI changes, what is called visual testing. For example, Applitools Eyes allows you to leverage visual AI to capture functional and visual bugs that would otherwise slip into production. Visual AI replicates the human eyes and brain, instantly spotting functional and visual regressions while ignoring differences that don't matter. We can take the screen as we know it should look like and the screen which actually looks like, and even compare that on different browsers or different devices and see what are the differences and find really quickly with AI what are the differences, something that for us might take a long time to check everything very thoroughly. And even when finding such differences, it can help us understand what kind of differences are important and what kind of things we need to say, oh, this text is overlapping another field. And of course, it looks horrible and we have to fix it. Unlike, well, this is just one pixel different and, actually no one will even spot that. AI can also help in reporting in several ways, such as examine testing results in order to suggest better testing coverage or process improvements. Look for patterns in the reported bugs. Suggest insightful graphs and reports based on data and events, such as requirement traceability, test execution trends, and abnormal issues. Summarize the detailed testing results into a clear picture of the testing status. Generate comprehensive test reports and provide actionable insights for stakeholders. Analyze test results to suggest possible reasons and course of actions. Tools such as Zoho Analytics, for example, which is an easy-to-use reporting software, allows users to create actionable reports in minutes from any data. It features an AI-powered assistant that can get its users intelligent answers for their questions in the form of meaningful reports. And finally, AI can help in monitoring in a few ways, such as identify patterns and anomalies in the application's behavior that was missed during testing. Find a problematic component that causes defects and suggest additional tests to better cover it. Check APIs continuously and report in case of abnormal behavior, which should be better tested. Tools such as Logs.io, which offer an easy way to adopt and scale the most popular open source observability tools, use a machine learning approach to log analytics in order to make life easier for DevOps and engineers. So what are some of the challenges and considerations we should take into account? Each application is different, and that makes it harder for AI to train and to learn. There are trust issues regarding trusting AI because of human inability to understand AI's decision and its reason, which is not always clear to us. The same input might yield different results by the same AI algorithm, which for us can seem weird. And we should note that, as we discussed before, AI algorithms are still not yet fully evolved. It's getting better and it's getting smarter, but there are still a long way to go. AI models can be subject to bias, discrimination, ethics issues, etc. We all know that, for example, when ChatGPT or similar chatbots went out that were based on AI, their operators needed to stop them because they learned from the internet a lot of bias, a lot of discrimination, and started saying for themselves discriminating things. And of course, security and privacy are very important in order to protect sensitive data and information. AI is less likely to handle well very complex and very unique scenarios, at least at the moment. And finally, which concludes the above, AI should be adopted responsibly and with care. So there are already quite a few tools which use AI for testing. Some of them include tools that I've mentioned before, such as Applitools, which is a test automation platform powered by visual AI. Mabel, which is concentrating on low-code test automation. Mostly AI, which is an AI-powered synthetic data generator. Test Sigma, which is an AI-driven cloud-based test automation platform that lets you automate tests for web, mobile, desktop apps, and APIs in minutes. Testim.io, which is an automated testing platform for fast authoring of AI-powered tests. AccelQ, which is an AI-powered codeless test automation platform on the cloud. And finally, PractiTest, which is a test management platform harnessing AI to improve QA efficiency and effectiveness. So to conclude, and as we saw, there are many challenges in testing, and AI, at least for now, cannot solve all of them. Testing and testers need to evolve, but should not be scared from AI replacing them and taking over their jobs. It's just a matter of helping us to do our job. AI in testing can and already is helping companies improve software quality, reduce costs, and accelerate time to market. Thank you. So, any questions?
Yes, I was just going to ask. I was just going to remind you actually that, yeah, we wanted to build in some time for questions that we have coming in. So first of all, thank you. I know there's been so much talk about AI that sometimes people don't really quite know what's real, what's a myth, what's applicable, what's really more, maybe in planning or whatever. So I think that was really helpful to kind of go into detail about what it is and what it isn't. So a couple questions we have coming in. One is from Laura. She's asking, what is, in your opinion, the biggest myth about AI? And obviously, this is regards to software testing specifically.
Yeah. Well, the biggest myth about AI, I think that it can do everything. It cannot. As I said in the beginning, we are very far from the AI we see in movies, Terminator, knowing everything, understanding everything, allowing you to do everything, replacing you totally. We're totally not there. AI essentially is a way to handle large amounts of data, which we are, as humans, not always possible to comprehend and grasp in the same place at the same time all at once. So AI can help there, but it cannot solve complex issues which the human brain and the human mind employs creativity and various connections and applies this common sense in order to find solutions to problems. So the biggest myth is that AI cannot do that yet.
Okay, great. That's a great answer. And I like on the personal side, I like what you said earlier about how it's not going to really replace jobs. I know that's a lot, a big concern that a lot of people have. We hear it when we go to conferences, when we meet people from across the spectrum of testing and quality assurance. People are, especially those who might be new to testing and those who hold senior positions. They've been in that industry or in that role a really long time, and there's this fear that AI is going to take over. So based on what you said and what we're hearing, day to day, it's really meant, as you said, to enhance, not really replace. So thank you for that. And the last question is about when do you think AI will no longer be applicable in testing? So it's about is there a point in time when you think it won't be as relevant, that we won't be needing it as much as we are thinking that is going to happen today?
I think AI is going to be more relevant in testing as times go by. But as I said, it's not in order to replace testers. It's in order to better to have better usage of their time. So I talked a lot about what AI can do. Some of the things that I showed are things that AI is already doing and already helping, mainly in the test automation area, but not only, of course. There are a lot of points which I mentioned, which AI can help. There are already, I would say, attempts, including in PractiTest, to move this forward and take more and more advantages of AI and help really find places that are helping testers to better do their job. As I said in the beginning, do more with less. We have shorter cycles. We need to move forward fast. We don't have much resources. And we need to do better work, and we don't want bugs to slip into production. And we will need AI. We will need more assistance from AI in order to do that. So this is my projection for the future.
Okay, great. So it's like what you're saying is almost like it's a helpful tool to just enhance what we're already doing, make things easier and more efficient. Okay, well, excellent. Thank you so much for that, Ido. As always, if anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask now, later. We'll be happy to be in touch with you for any questions you might have. And thank you, Ido, for your time.
Thank you.